What are your fears costing you? I think it's time to evaluate that. What are your fears costing you? You know, we have these weights that weigh us down in our life, these burdens, these fears that we have. Do you ever stop to think about what it's actually costing you to have these anchors and these weights wearing you down, these fears? The price you will pay to become the person you're worthy of is infinitely smaller than the price you're going to pay if you don't.
It's going to be you meeting the expectation you have for yourself as a man. So you envision this man that you're going to become. And I think most people do that from an early age. They see something they want, an avatar, something they want to do, and they want to go become that person. And I believe the formula for happiness and fulfillment is the gap between your expectation of who you become and your reality. And so a lot of guys are not meeting that expectation for themselves.
If I can flip these insecurities upside down, if I can flip this fear, if I can flip all this that made me this depressed, insecure guy, if I can flip it and make it work for me versus against me, I started seeing the power in failure, the power in insecurity, the power in self-doubt, because I started using that as power.
You understand what it's like to have people tell you that you can't do it. And I'm gonna tell you something, and this is the fucking truth, this is the reality, and if you don't like it, I don't give a f. The truth is this: if you're willing to pay the price, and you're willing to do the work, and you're willing to take the time, and you're willing to consistently get up when you are knocked down over and over and over again, which is going to happen to you if you're pursuing anything outside of the norm, you can make it here.
We surround ourselves around people that make us feel great, that tell us what we want to hear. The second we put ourselves amongst the uncommon people, we don't like that feeling. We don't want that person who's constantly challenging our weaknesses.
Because life is a marathon, and this might be a challenging leg where you're like, I'm just going to throw in the towel. I'm not going to do that thing. Hell no. You are doing so much.
Many of us have genius within us. But when it comes to us, when it comes to using our genius in our own behalf, taking a chance with our own creativeness, acting on our own dreams and ideas, somewhere along the line we get paralyzed. We find some reason not to do it. Oh, I did that. I'm not as good as they are. I don't have the education.
As long as I don't stop trying, it is not failure, it is temporary defeat. And the path to success, the path to fulfillment, the path to happiness is filled with temporary defeats. The path to sadness, the path to regret is filled with failure. Men and women who failed and gave up instead of gotten up and tried again and looked at it as temporary defeat.
How many of you had some situations that you were in that you were overwhelmed with fear? You didn't know how you're going to come out, how you're going to survive, and you did. You survived and you didn't die. So what you got to do, whatever that was, whatever that state of consciousness, whatever that self-confidence that you had, however you stood up within yourself, here's what we know: you survived. Here's what we know: you're still here. You didn't die. You're here right now. You got it, and you handled that fear. You kicked it out of there.
You can find every reason, if you look for it, as to why you won't make it. But at the end of the day, there's going to be two groups of people. And one group is going to be a lot fucking bigger than the other group. The one group is going to get told that they can't do it. And instead of fighting, those people are going to just take it. Then there's going to be a smaller group. It's going to be the group that says, I'm not willing to just roll over and take what I'm given. I'm not willing to stop trying because you say that I can't fucking do it.
You know, I don't think God gave you another day in your life because you needed it. I think He added another day to your life because somebody needed you. But here's the thing. They need the real you, the authentic you, the one who's playing all out in their life and pursuing their dreams. As good as you think it'll be to make your dreams come true, and dreams that you can't even imagine right now, visions of your life, but maybe even more importantly, as good as you think it would feel to meet the real you, the one you were born to be. And remember this, you were born to do something great with your life. But to finally get introduced or reacquainted or reintroduced to that person, maybe you years ago knew them very well, that version of you. But things have happened, these anchors, these fears, these toxic relationships, whatever they might be, these disappointments in our life.
And so as you begin to look at the fears in back of you, you came through those fears and you're still here. See, that's a testament about how powerful you are. And so whatever the volcano is, you have the capacity to take that volcano on, the capacity to jump in it and find your true identity.
I don't care where you come from. I don't care where you were raised. If you do the work consistently, if you invest in yourself consistently, it's going to pay off. It just is. And you'll never convince me otherwise.
Yes, you may be not where you want to be. The difference that you have now is you have the awareness that you want to do something about it.
We want that person who's constantly, making us feel nice and good and secure in us. That's the mediocrity of life. We want to be the best amongst the average people. People wonder, how do you stay hungry all the time? Because after I accomplish something, I don't sit back like they get comfortable. They wonder why I'm getting weak, man. I don't know, I've lost my edge. What's going on? Because once you hit the top of the mountain, guess what happened? I'm good. I'm good, so you wonder why you're falling down now. You gain knowledge through suffering. And on the other end of suffering is a world that very few have ever seen.